Good morning, people, and we are back from holidays. That caravan that I tried to book, Jane wasn't having any of it, so I had to take her on an expensive foreign holiday, but she deserved it. And now we're back, and as you just saw from the time lapse, we have got Albert out of the water, and we're going to get back on and try and do a bit of work on him before we break for Christmas. So what we're doing is making a semi-trad back end on him. So already from these burn marks here in the paint, and if you watch the video, the last episode of Albert, I've put the floor in and the bulkhead, but now I need to chop the roof off. So this will be a semi-trad. But unfortunately we've not had time to get onto Albert all year, and he looks absolutely disgusting. So first things first, I think I need to give him a little bit of a bath. So let's crack on, find me wellies, get this cleaned. Good morning, people, and it's the next day. We lost the light yesterday, dark by 4 o'clock. Can't get an awful lot done in a day. As you saw by the time lapse, Albert is now all pressure washed off. I'm not going to do a walk round because this was blacked in November 2024. It's only been a year. I pressure washed it off around the base as well because I'm going to give it another coat of blacking. Because I can. So the job today is going to be to get a tent over this. Jane and myself are going to put a tent over this because the weather for the rest of the week is pretty unpredictable. So while we're doing that, here's a little video that I did a couple of weeks before we went on holiday, all about exhausts. So you enjoy that and we'll get a tent put up.
Right, straight into it. So this is Albertine. Trevor's boat, we've had it in before, and he has got an Isuzu engine with a very noisy exhaust. So here I am, just removing everything. So this is what is called a hospital silencer. It's much larger than the one that Trevor had before, but it will make the boat an awful lot quieter. So here I am, just making some brackets to support this rather large exhaust. Even Terry Tesla's getting in on the action. Where did you buy that hat?
Very fetching.
On the home run now, just lagging the exhaust either side of the silencer. Silencer itself doesn't get that hot, so you don't need to lag it.
So that's Trevor all sorted, and this was his old exhaust. So the problem you tend to get with old exhausts after 20 or 30 years is that they don't actually work like an exhaust anymore. The baffle just gets clogged up with oil, and then it's just a straight through pipe. And that's quite often when you find a lot of older boats, they just get noisier as they get older because of the oil and the carbon that builds up in the exhaust. This one's probably 20, 25, maybe even 30 years old, I'm not sure. But it is something that we can change quite easily, really. Something to bear in mind, like Trevor did. So that was an interesting piece about exhausts. You don't need them to be noisy. It makes me chuckle a little bit. It seems to be gentlemen of a certain age are reverting back to the way they were young men and had noisy exhausts on their cars. My opinion is, I don't like it, noisy boats. I mean, I like to hear the churn of the water and the wildlife around me, and maybe the whistle of the kettle and knowing it's time for tea and cake. But that's just my humble opinion. Right, back on Albert. It's took me all day to get this tent put up. Been running around, had other things to do. So we're losing the light now. So in the morning, let's come back in the morning and see if we can actually start doing some work on Albert. Catch you then. Good afternoon, people. And a few days have passed because we've had nothing but rain. But today it's dried up enough for me to brave out here to get on with Albert. Well, it's Christmas. You can't have Christmas without a 7-foot inflatable Santa on top of Daisy. So the plan for this afternoon is to get this roof, this slide took off, the rails and this roof off of Albert. As you can see, I've already got the floor and the bulkhead in there already. I did that some time ago. So this is the next stage of the process, and then can move on to taking the mushroom out. The pigeon box, as it's called there as well, it's a pigeon box, that's got to go because obviously we've got to put a slider and everything up there to access into the boat. So let's get cracking. Right, so next job is to remove this old pigeon box. Good morning, people. And it's that time between Christmas and New Year. We are officially closed, but I am here because we've got that much work to do, trying to get Albert done before we start on this little boat, which is next year's first job. So, Albert. Right, the aperture's all chopped out, ready to put the new hatch on here, but there's more to be done. We've got these returns to put in here for the door aperture, and they've got to have some rain catchers put on the back of them as well. So that's the next job. I've got to try and get this done before lunch because Jane wants to go to the farm shop. She doesn't want to cook, and I don't blame her. So let's get cracking. Well, that's a good morning's work done. Got the returns in, and also the drip rails there in as well now, and got a hearth in there, step. So off to the farm shop for a spot of lunch with a fabulous Jane, and then this afternoon start making some doors. Right, Jane, so we're in Crimbo Limbo apparently, yeah, that's what it's called. You've had no work to do for ages. I'm working on Albert, but we took a break today to come to the farm shop. Where are we? Malt Kiln Farm Shop, Rebecca's Kitchen. Very busy today, and Jane's got her standard jacket potato. That, believe it or not, it's got pigs and blankets in it, and we've got to carry on with cake of the week. We have coffee and walnut cake, and this is toffee. I can't remember what he called it now, but that has got toffee in it, so that's a toffee cake. Right. So Jane, dig in.
I am. Going to.
I'm going to use my Evolution saw because it gives me a better finish than I can get with the plasma.
So we're starting to lose the light now. I'm not sure how well that's come out in the time lapse, but we'll come back to this tomorrow and start making a hatch. Catch you tomorrow. Good morning, people, and it's a bit of a chilly one here this morning. The canal has been frozen, but there has been several boats through already. Temperatures are riding around about 0 at the moment. So Albert started to lose the light last night, so not sure exactly what we've got. So these doors got a bit of an issue that I knew about anyway, and that is that I didn't cut all of the roof out because I was unsure if I was going to curve it or whether I was going to take it all the way to the corners and make it a square. But these doors, when they open back, potentially they're going to go underneath here. Well, they won't because they're too high, but they're going to touch on there. So I've got the plasma. I'm going to cut this out and the rest of this round here. I've made a decision that I'm not going to keep this. I'm actually going to lower this down because this is where the control lever will be for the boat and the dials as well. So I'm not going to use that. And again, on this side, I need to trim this out so these doors can go back fully. So that's the first job, set the plasma up. Well, bit of bad news, the camera didn't record. So that's an hour and a half's worth of work that you're not going to get to see. But anyway, I think this video is probably getting a bit too long anyway. So as you can see, that has all now been chopped out and trimmed. Ready for the next process at the back here. But onto the hatch. So this has all been cut out square now. The doors kind of like go around like that, but this one probably not going to, because it's still got to have a strip welded down here to cover the gap. I'm not sure after that's welded on whether or not the door on the port side will actually go underneath. It's going to be pretty close. It'd be nice if it did go square, but what I do need to do is to weld some rain channels on here. I've marked them up to cut them down, and that's just to stop the water from coming off the roof. It should go out through this scupper here, but quite often it can run down and into this area here, which obviously is going to be outside. But the nice thing would be if we could limit that, how much water does come in here, especially if over the winter we're going to put a cover which will go across the back, a tarp, just to keep the weather out over the winter when the boat's not in use. So let's get my little rain deflectors cut down and weld them in. That's the weather strip welded on, and also the drains. I'm not overly keen with these. Then aesthetically they don't look much at all, but the amount of water that they stop dropping into your back deck is unbelievable. The water will run back towards this outlet here on the roof because of the way that the roof's sloped back towards it. so hopefully we won't get too much water up here anyway. So next job is the slides for the hatch, for the roof hatch. Now I didn't make these, I can't take credit for that. I bought these from a company called Colecraft Engineering. They manufacture hulls and finished boats. Brilliant company, look them up if you're in the market for a narrow boat, if it's a full fit or even if it's just a hull. They're a family run business. Been dealing with them for many years and have helped me out so much. So let's get this cut down to size and stuck on. I'm using a die grinder to clean out the corners where a conventional grinder won't reach. Good morning people and a happy new year. It is the 2nd of January and it's pretty cold here today. It says it's around about freezing but the field temperature is -4. Running out of time on Albert now. Literally we are back, or I'm back at work on the 5th. It's Friday and that'll be Monday, but looking pretty good here, all painted up. I've just chucked the old slide back on there, the black bit, just to keep the weather out for the last 2 days. And not too bothered about it being this cold because the next job can be done up in a nice warm workshop. Good morning, people, and it is -1 this morning. The canal is frozen. How thick it is, I don't think you want to be pushing through it with a boat today, that's for sure. I think the real feel is about -5, so I'm going to be fairly quick out here today fitting this hatch. So it's all made, ready to go. The last thing to do is see if it fits. So that's this part of the transformation of Albert finished. There's plenty more to be done, but that's going to have to wait for another episode. Unfortunately, that is as far as I can get with the time that I've had working through the Christmas holidays and dealing with winter weather. That's it for Albert. Hopefully I can get back onto him soon. Thanks for watching.